My boyfriend wants more S_X than I can handle. My BF, 18 male, and myself, 18 female, have been in a relationship for 6 months now. We were both previously virgins, but I struggle with libido. He just constantly wants S_X and pleasure because it's important to him. It makes him feel intimate. I just can't keep up. I'm so tired and stressed out constantly with school. I just want to go over to his place and relax and not have to be S_Sexual, but I just want him to be happy. He's getting tired of me not being able to keep up. I love him so much and I don't want to throw away our relationship because of this. Everything else is perfect. I'm getting really upset though. Day after day with him telling me we don't have S_X enough. He just won't stop. Then he gets upset with me when I get emotional about it. I only get upset because I want to make him happy. I don't know what to do. Please, if you have any advice, I really need it. A lot of these comments are stupid and come from people who clearly don't have good communication skills. Here's what you need to do. Tell him how you're feeling. Exactly how you described it in this post. Say, I don't feel like my libido matches yours, I'm stressed about XYZ, and I don't want to have S_X every time I see you. I'd like to spend time with you without having to worry that if we don't have S_X you'll be disappointed. Then it's up to him to decide if he values the rest of the relationship enough to keep his urges to himself sometimes, or if it's so vital to him to have S_X all the time that he wants a different partner. If you tell him how you feel and he decides to pester you about S_X, then you have to decide if it's time for you to find a different partner. People are who they are. He wants S_X X times a month, you want it Y times a month. That number will probably change for both of you. As your lives change and you age, your libidos will fluctuate. Everyone on Reddit has this stupid notion that either everyone who is in a perfect match should split, or alternatively, any man who asks for more S_X is the devil and should be dumped. In reality, you are both just two people with different desires. One thing you obviously have in common is a desire to be in a relationship together. So, you both need to talk to each other about your various desires/goals for the relationship, and then individually decide what you each want. Maybe he hasn't picked up on how you feel, and he'll back off. Maybe he doesn't care how you feel, and he'll drive you away. Only way to know is to communicate with each other. Thank you so much, this is actually really good information. I appreciate this. This isn't just two people with different libido levels. It is that, but there may be more going on that's contributed to this anxiety around S_X. I could be way off, but here's my perspective. I am the high libido guy in relationships who has wanted S_X all the time. I'm assuming your BF is making the same mistakes I still do sometimes. There's nothing inherently wrong with being really horny with your partner, but if you're not careful you can accidentally create this oppressive atmosphere within your relationship where you have to worry about everything you do leading to S_X. No one can even be doing anything wrong and it can all be consensual, but the constant worry that everything could lead to the performance of S_X can feel like a dark cloud over you. Kisses are never just kisses, cuddling is never just cuddling, planning dates where you spend time alone together are never just that. One of the feelings you described I can't keep up. I don't want to know, but I'm gonna assume you don't have a small libido. You're probably a super horny person too. What you might actually be feeling is you have no control. You probably feel like there's no way you can do relationship things you enjoy without them leading S_X 100% of the time. I have absolutely no idea how you two can navigate around that. All I can do is help you understand what feelings you might be going through because women I've dated have felt that way too. I'll just insist your BF is really doing nothing wrong, you two just might need to work on changing the dynamics in your relationship. Somehow, I've been in this relationship, where in his mind it was the natural progression that things end with S_X. A nice night out? Sets the mood for S_X. A few kisses on the couch? Why not make it foreplay so we can have S_X? Having fun being stupid dancing in the kitchen? Perfect setting for S_X. He couldn't understand how I didn't see it that way. I told him that in order to want S_X I had to feel emotionally close to him and I couldn't do that when everything that made me feel emotionally close had to be steered in the direction of S_X. Then he would feel rejected and I would feel objectified. I made very clear that I loved him and was very attracted to him and loved S_X with him. But not when every single thing we did was a prelude to S_X. That we had to just be us sometimes. I always had my guard up. And most importantly we had to stop blaming each other. His "you're always rejecting me" had to change into "what can I do differently?" My "all you want is S_X" had to turn into "here's what I need," to get in the mood more often. I cannot stress that enough. We did solve it and come to understand one another and a better balance. Broke up due to our lives going in directions we couldn't come to an agreement on. Oh my gosh, I feel this so much. Actually gave me a way to describe my feelings to my partner, lol, thank you. Love when I can borrow advice for other people. This is an awesome response. For anyone looking for a solution to the anxiety that this situation causes, where it feels as if every physical encounter has to lead to S_X, try implementing a specific day of the week or month where there is guaranteed no S_X. This is not to circumvent the needs of the HL partner, but to reduce the pressure for the LL partner, and to reduce the chances that either party gets swept up with the expectation of S_X. It can help put more of a focus on connecting with emotion and intention, rather than defaulting to connecting through S_X. Obviously this is not a perfect solution, and anything like this will require a lot of communication to make sure each person's needs are being met, but it can alleviate some of the tension from both sides and open the door to more conversations about what each person is comfortable with. Yeah, there's got to be a balance and a distinction between physical affection that doesn't take a turn into S_X but still reinforces intimacy, and the S_X themselves. You are really concerned about meeting his needs, and stressed, but why don't you expect the same from him in return? Should he not be stressed that he's pressuring you to have more S_X than you're actually interested in? Put yourself first here. You need to communicate your boundaries. It's okay to not want to have S_X all the time. It's okay to have a different libido than your partner. However, it's not okay for him to constantly complain to you that it's not enough. That's no way for either party to get what they want. It's important to cultivate intimacy with your significant other, but the most important relationship in a person's life is the relationship with the self. Tell him to go cultivate his relationship with himself for 20 minutes. That's exactly my line of reasoning with this stuff, honestly. Simple math will demonstrate that one person has to be uncomfortable and stressed BC another one doesn't feel like touching his own tool. Libido problem easily solvable. Just have S_X when both parties are interested and invested, and go jerk off if you're the only one interested. ATM. I'd, makes sense, no? Edit. I also want to add that if S_X is always the goal, you're not that into other sorts of connecting, I guess. So again, you're both 18, so at this stage you don't know any better. Libidos, S_actual interests and skill levels will vary. You have to be polite but firm in telling him, I can't keep up with the horny monster that is your libido. I'm tired, I'm stressed out with my studies and just really want to relax. It doesn't mean I want to stop having S_X, I just can't have it as often as you want. His reaction to that will dictate what you do next. If he decides S_X is more important, then it may be necessary to reassess the future of the relationship. Bear in mind that the two biggest issues couples argue over, regardless of age, are money and S_X, in that order. If you had someone with a similar libido to your own, it would definitely be preferable, as nobody really wants to be pestered for S_X when they're not in the mood, male or female. You need to set your boundaries with him and tell him you physically can't keep up with him. If he gets upset and doesn't back off, it's time to cut things off and to find someone who can show their love to you without their genitals being involved. It's entirely possible, and it's not that hard. He should realize all the pressure he's putting onto you is making you emotional and exhausted. This is not okay. He finally has a real live girl. He's excited. He needs to understand consent. Both parties have to consent. If he wants S_X every time you come over, then he may not really care about you. If you always go to his, he may only want you for S_X. Do you go out together with friends? To see a movie? For a walk? Do you get pleasure out of S_X? Do you orgasm? Always? Most of the time? Never. If he does not compromise or take your needs into account, move on. Hey up, my ex did this shit with me, but he was an abusive, manipulative bastard. Just talk to him and tell him what you told us, that your libido isn't the same and you just want to spend time together without S_X all the time. If he can't respect that boundary, then this relationship isn't right for you. I ended up staying even after he continued to ignore me, and I ended up with a lot of S_X trauma because every time I denied him, he just guilted and manipulated me back into it, aka RP by coercion. You don't deserve that kind of emotional damage and manipulation. Talk to him, and if it doesn't change to something that works for both of you, it's time to move on. Trust me, you'll be thankful for it in the future.